today's video is all about my magic mug. You see me talk about it all the time. I know you want to know what it is, so I'm going to tell you right now. This is what it used to be. This is a magic mug full of sentiments and word dyes and everything cut out and ready to go. Then I had a magic bowl that had all of my images, and everything was also pre-cut and pre-colored and ready to use for my cards. So my magic mug was born. This is how it was born. But I kind of outgrew these small vessels because I started to end up cutting a lot more sentiments and do a lot more pre-cutting and coloring of all of my images and die cutting. So I had to evolve into something a little bit different, but it's still a magic mug. So over the course of the months and years, my magic mug has moved from a mug to a box, which I keep right behind me on my desk. And I'll show you what's in my box in just a minute. But I started out with just mugs, as I just showed you. And then it went to bowls, and you can still use mugs, and you can have a multitude of mugs. I have so many mugs. You can put them in any vessel that you want. I just like the term magic mug. So even though mine technically is not in a mug anymore, I'm still using magic mug. So basically what the magic mug is it's a vision, basically, if you will. I have a time-saving hacks video up on my channel where I give you various tips and all my secrets on how to save time when card making. Even though that video is probably 1.5 to 2 years old, I still do it all. So my magic mug basically sits behind me. It's my craft room, and it's actually not a mug anymore, as you can see. It's actually a box that has 3 compartments in it. I'll show you in a minute, but I'm still going to call it a magic mug because that's how it all started out. So this was my magic mug 2 years ago. As you can see, it's just basically a mug of all these pre-cut, stamped, colored, whatever you want, die cut. So the mug held all of my sentiments that I already stamped and pre-cut, maybe even heat embossed, all my word dies, all those things go in my magic mug. And then I had another section that had all of my colored images, because usually what I do is when I have most of the sentiment stamps, let me back up. I just stamp them all at one time, die cut them all at one time. I already have my ink out. If I'm doing heat embossing, I already have all that out. So I just go ahead and get all of my sentiment stamps stamped and cut at one time. And then it goes into my magic mug. The same thing with images that I color. Usually I've got something playing in the background. Usually it's some form of Dateline or some kind of true crime thing. I'm a big sucker for that. And usually that's going in the background, and I'm just stamping, coloring, die cutting, all of the images that I want. And then I put them into the bowl. But now everything has gone into this magic mug / box. So let me show you what's actually in the box. I love Skillshare. If you don't know what it is, I'm about to tell you, and I've got a free month for you. I use it for everything. Now they've got cooking, marketing, graphic design, photography, how to make ice cream, how to tie your shoes, how to color your hair. No, I'm kidding. They've got stuff for everything under the sun. I use Skillshare in this specific class to learn how to do Amazon KDP. And once I learned from this one course how to do KDP, I released a whole line of bullet journals sold through Amazon. I also decided to type in cooking to see what I could make for dinner, and I came across this class. This is all about latte art, and I recently bought a high-dollar espresso milk frother thingamabob, so I'm going to teach myself how to do latte art using this guy's class. So I haven't gone through all the classes, but I had to go buy that little stick thing that he's using. I'm sure it's called something technical. And I decided to start off trying to make a cat with his class. Here's my result. Stop laughing. So I went in looking for something to make for dinner, and I came out with this. I tell you, Skillshare, it's like a treasure chest. For the first time ever, not only will the first 500 people to use my link get access to 1 month's free of Skillshare, but you'll also get 40% off your first year's membership. So check it out and let me know if it's your jam. Okay, so this is now my magic mug / box. This is a box, I don't know, I probably picked it up at an antique store or a thrift store. If you have wood, you can probably nail a bunch of wood pieces together and get yourself a compartment. But anyway, I have evolved from the multiple mugs. Mugs still work. Do whatever you have. Use whatever vessel you want. But this is how I keep my magic mug. Starting over here to the left is all of my words or sentiments. So they're going to be either my die cut words or my sentiment strips that I've already, sometimes they get a little stuck like this. Stop it, Stop it. Stop it. Okay. So I've got my dies, my sentiment strips. These all go in my left compartment, so anything words related. Now, typically, I do my sentiment strips either in black or white embossed on black, like you see here, or I do sentiment strips in white, stamped in black. The reason why I do white is because I am able to color coordinate with whatever color cardstock I want just by doing some simple ink blending around the edges. I want to have a pink sentiment, I can do some ink blending and it will take care of that. So this is everything that's on my left-hand side. Any word dies, anything like that is, that should be over there, is over in the left compartment. What I have in the middle compartment are things that I have already stamped, colored. They're my images, if you will. So I've got images that are left over from, like, usually I sit down, I've got something playing in the background, and I just go ahead, stamp, die cut, plop, stamp, die cut. In this instance, color, plop, stamp, die cut, plop, stencil, die cut, plop. You get my idea. And then some of them I color. So this would be stamp, die cut, color, plop. You get my deal. It plops. It goes right in here, except I see a little sentiment. You should be over there. So that's what's in the middle. It's my images. Now these you're seeing a sneak peek for a future video, but these are actually stenciled images that I die cut. But more on that in a bit. And they're quite big, so they kind of poke up a little bit. All right, and over here, on the right-hand side are basically shapes. These, I have a lot of nesting dies, so I have shapes. This is probably left over from something I die cut the center out of, but I keep it. I've got hearts. I've got all kinds of things, but these are shapes that I can add to cards if I want to. So let's say, for instance, I want to add this heart. Then I'll add a sentiment strip right over the top like so. So I'm able really to pull together cards just by using the things in my mug, like so. So again, I've got words, sentiments, word die cuts, images over here, and then shapes over here. And that is how I organize my stuff. And a lot of times when I'm making my cards, pull this to my table and I use what is in here. I don't have to pull out a new stamp set. I don't have to really put a lot of thought into it because all my work has been done and put in an organized fashion. So do a bin, do a page protector pocket, do mugs, do whatever floats your boat, but have some kind of vessel. Get all your stuff, and you can organize them in different ways. Your brain probably works differently than mine, as it should, because I'm weird. But this works for me, and I love it. It has saved me so much time in finding things. Before, I was putting things in the stamp pockets itself. Like, for instance, I would have put this in, well, that's not a stamp. Hold on, that's a stencil. I would have put this in the stamp set. It would have come in and stuck it behind there. But the problem is I would physically have to know to go get that stamp set to see if I have any images in the pocket. In the stamp pocket, I put all my stamps in little pockets, in case you don't know. So it didn't work for me because I would never take the time to go see what I've die cut and what I've colored and what images I already have pre-ready. So this is how it works for me. This is my magic mug. It's still going to be called a magic mug. I don't care. That's what I'm calling it. So I hope this helps you. If you have your own magic mug, let me know in the comments. Find me on social media. I'm at laurelbeard everywhere. Instagram. I even have TikTok, believe it or not. I don't do a lot over there. I think that's for kids. I feel like I'm too old for the TikTok, but let me know. I want to see. Tag me if you want to send me a picture. Tag me on Instagram and show me your magic mug. Leave a comment here below. I want to know if you have incorporated this and if you have any spins on it. Do you do something a little bit different than I do? You may do. You may do. You may do. That's not a word. You may, and that's cool. So let me know. I hope this video helps you. I've always gotten a lot of comments about what the heck is a magic mug. Well, here it is. This is it. Thanks for watching.